Hello dear students, hope you are all preparing for the exams. Today we will recap some of the things that we have learned throughout the semester. So I'll start with module 3. Okay, in module 3 is where we are learning Selenium, automating web application, okay, letting the browser open it up by itself and check the websites and do the testing for us, right? So before we start and go through the theory that we have prepared so far, the notes. Okay, so before we go through this, we need to know certain how the program works. Okay, then only this theoretical things which is written can be understood properly, because codes are also mentioned there. Okay, so only one program, if you remember properly, understand properly, then you'll be able to give examples, or you'll be able to understand these highlighted examples properly. Okay, let me just confirm the recording is working. Yes, so let's start it. So Selenium WebDriver, you know what it is, WebDriver. So WebDriver is the thing which opens your browser and let you test the the websites, the applications, right? The WebDriver. So one program, we'll just go through it. Okay, this is the program. What is this program about? This program opens up the Google website, Google Chrome, and search for St. Francis College. Okay, and then it just closed the browser. Okay, after that it gives you a response: Google search executed successfully. Okay, this is it. And let's first run the program. Okay, run as a Java program. See what is happening sequentially. So you can see my Edge browser has opened up the Google Chrome. It has maximized the window. Inside the search box, it is searching for St. Francis College. Clicked on enter. Okay, now somehow this is it, and the website is closed. And you can see in the console we have an output: Google search executed successfully. Okay, so let's see how this has happened so far. So it goes to the Google Chrome google.com website, right? So let's open google.com website. Google. So it is going to this particular page, right? So here we have so many elements. Okay, these are all called elements. So our Selenium is trying to find out the element that we have instructed to do. So we have instructed to go type something in the search box. So if you go and then click on inspect button, the page document object model will open. This is document object model, which is in the tree structure. Okay, that is how it is in the backend tree structure. So for this text box, let's see what is the code. So this is the text box. You can see it is a text area, and in the text area we have name. Okay, name attribute is there, and the value is q. Name is equal to q. So we have studied about locators. So using the locators, Selenium will locate this text box. Okay, so name is equal to q. So this is attribute name and attribute q. So if you want to further understand it deeply, so we know that we can use different locators. The most preferred is and most powerful is your XPath. Okay, so in the XPath we will search this text area and try to find out. Okay, so click on Control F. Sorry, in the DOM, Control F. See, find by string, selector, or XPath. I'll just paste this. So what is it about? You can see it is a XPath. So it is the kind of element we are searching is a text area. So text area. What is the name of the attribute? It is name, attribute name, and the value is q. Similarly, we can search for text box, input buttons. Okay, so we can customize it and search it. So you can see it is by providing the right thing. This thing is unique in the page. So you can see 1 out of 1. So it has the Selenium will be able to identify this unique elements in the page with the help of this locators. This is an XPath. This is how we write XPath. All right. So now we are ready to go and check the code and understand it. Okay, so this is the code you can see here. So first thing is what package. So in all Java programs in Eclipse, okay, we have a package. Login page is a package which takes care about the classes that we have in the program. Okay, take us about the classes. So it gets created automatically. We know it. Then we have import statements from OpenQA. OpenQA is the organization which have developed the Selenium. Okay, so organization Okay, and we have certain header files, Selenium by keys, WebDriver, all this which we require to run the program. So I have installed Edge browser, so I have a header file Edge driver, which we have done it. So everything is available in the Eclipse now. So this is the main class, public class Google page. So we have the main method. We are having an exception, interrupted exception. Why we are using this exception? Because we are telling the Selenium to stop for wait for some time. Okay, so wait for 3 seconds, wait for 2 seconds, wait for 5 seconds. So if you want this, if you want to use this thread, automatically we have to use this exception. By clicking on that yellow button, automatically exception will be handled. Okay, so that is what it is. The first step is what we are calling the Edge driver. Okay, so we have created an object for the WebDriver of type Edge browser. So this is the driver. So using this driver, so now this driver will work like a robot for us. It will open the browser and do whatever we want to do. So the driver is going to the website www.google.com, and then it is using this function. It is maximizing the window. We just observe that the window is getting maximized, right? So we have these functions. Then we are telling the Selenium to wait for 3 seconds so that the page is completely loaded, and then we are searching in the search box, right? So the search box we are locating with the help of driver.findElement by.name. Using name we are searching. Okay, we are not using XPath here, so we know the text box. This was the attribute and name, right? Name, and Q was the name, right? So just once again, I'll just help you recall. See this it. Click here, click there, and this is C. Name is equal to Q. Where is it? It went again times it goes. You can see here name is equal to Q. Can you see name is equal to Q? So that is how we are locating it by find element. Okay, it is not XPath. XPath we will see. XPath also we can use it. So here I've used find element. Then in the search box, see, using this variable, inside this variable now we have the text area details. Okay, so using that variable we are using send keys to pass this particular text to St. Francis College. So the Selenium will type automatically in the text box, and after 2 seconds it will click the enter button. You can see search box dot send keys, keys dot return means we are pressing the enter button, and after 5 seconds what happens? The driver will close the browser and we get this output. Okay, hope this program is clear. So I want you all to write this program, okay, have an understanding so that you can write the same example in different part of your answers. Okay, so this is the basic thing. Okay, so I'll not explain many programs, only 1 or 2 programs. So write down this program, you will be able to understand it, and then you can use it for your theory answer writing. Okay, hope it is clear. Now we'll jump into our notes. So this is the unit 3 notes. So what is it about? We're talking about Selenium WebDriver. Okay, it is used for automating web application. Okay, the Selenium driver will communicate with our respective browsers. Okay, so that is what it is. But there is something called JSON where in between. So we have to understand this flow. So what are the components? We have Selenium client libraries. So see, we are having Eclipse and we are writing the Java program, right? So that is what we can write in Python, any other language also. So that is what it is written. All this thing, it is used to test, it is used to write test script. Okay, this is the write a WebDriver command, you can write it. It is for the Chrome driver. We have created an object, okay, of WebDriver type. What is a JSON wire protocol writing? See, we have written a Java code. This Java code is not understandable by the browser. So browser will understand only HTTP requests. So all the test commands will be converted into HTTP request in JSON format and will be sent to the browser driver. This is what JSON wire protocol does. Okay, so it is like a mediator. So it acts as a bit between client libraries and browser drivers. Hope it is clear. What does the browser driver does? So browser driver, we know for Chrome, we have Chrome driver, Firefox, we have this Edge, we have Edge driver. So these drivers will receive the command from the JSON and it will convert into browser specific action. For example, click that, search that, okay, provide username and password. All these things will be done by the browser driver. So command will come from JSON wire protocol and it will be taken care by the browser driver. So browser driver will again convert into browser understandable format. What are the real browsers? So in the end, we have real browsers like Chrome and Firefox, which is actually giving you the response, whatever happens. So we have the workflow here. So whatever we discuss, there's a workflow here. Try to remember this. This is a small program you can write. You can see we are creating a driver of Chrome type. The driver is going to google.com. It is searching for name queue. We know what is name attribute and queue attribute. It is referring to our text area, and inside that we are searching Selenium. So basically in the Google we are searching Selenium. Okay, so it's comments. You read the comments, you'll be able to understand. Next we are learning about browser drivers. That is Selenium WebDriver. So browser drivers, we know these are the browser driver, Chrome driver, Edge drivers, Safari drivers. So you should. So what are browser drivers doing? It acts as bridge between Selenium WebDriver and the web browser. Okay. So Selenium WebDriver is there, and then we have browser specific driver. That is, for example, Edge driver. So it acts as bridge between Selenium WebDriver and your actual real browsers. Okay. It helps in enabling communication and execution of command. So this is the flow. Test script will be test script which you are writing in your Eclipse in Java. It will be taken care by the WebDriver, that is Selenium WebDriver, and then your browser driver, that is your Edge browser, Chrome browser, and then finally the browser will give the response. So the driver converts WebDriver commands into browser specific actions. Hope that is clear. You can write an example, same example you can write it here. Okay, explanation is, you can see Chrome driver starts Chrome browser, act as a bridge between script and browser, and finally all the things are written. Okay, working process you can see here. So what is the key points? Each browser requires specific driver, as you can see here. For Safari we have Safari driver. Must be compatible with browser version. So versioning is important. As when we are doing in lab, we had worked on versioning, right? We are adjusting the Java version. Then enables cross browser testing. So we can have cross browser, means we can have Edge, Chrome, any browser. With any browser we can test our web applications. It works with JSON wire protocol. Okay, so remember JSON wire protocol. Next we learn about locators. Locators, we know what is locators. Locators are something that we use to tell Selenium to where to go and click, what to do. So that is what locators in Selenium are used to identify and locate web elements. So see, there's a lot of web elements are here. There's a text box here. This is this button, that button. There is a user icon here. Everything the Selenium will be able to interact with this page with the help of locators. Okay, so you can click on inspect button and find out, okay, what is the unique attribute and name, and we can write the code and indicate the Selenium to do what to perform. So that is the idea. So we can have, that is what locators identify and locate web elements such as text boxes, button, links, checkboxes. Okay, so Selenium cannot perform any action unless elements are not properly indicated. So locators act as a bridge between test script and web elements. So these and all you have seen in the code, how we are writing the code. You can see using send keys I'm passing, I'm pressing enter button. Using send keys I'm sending a text to the browser. So all that, okay, all that is how we use locators. There are different types of locators. ID locator, you can see how IDs are unique. So you can see ID is equal to username. It's an HTML code. What is the Selenium code? So we are telling the Selenium to find the element by the ID username, and inside the username box type admin. That is what it is written. Selenium finds the element whose ID is username and enters the text admin. So you can see it is what locator? Sorry, it is your ID locator. See, by.id. Okay, in HTML also we write ID. In Selenium code also we are writing by.id username. Okay, that is ID locator. It is unique and it is fast and most reliable. It is recommended the first preference. Okay, so you can see the description here. Selenium finds the element whose ID is username and enters the admin to it. Then name locator. Name locator, you can see input typeable text. Here we are using name in HTML, but in Selenium, same code, instead of ID it is name. What is the name? It is name, email. Okay, so in the page name attribute we have, inside the email attribute we have, inside the email we are passing one email address. So Selenium locates the element using its name and inputs the email value. Similarly, we have XPath, very important, very powerful. So you can see by instead of see here by.xpath. So it is, we are looking for an input type, and the attribute name is type text. Okay, inside text we are passing hello. Okay, so XPath selects the input element whose type is text and sends the value hello. Okay, so for example here it could be text, and inside that we are passing the value. So that is how we can use XPath, as we have already seen. Okay, Selenium code. So try to remember driver dot find element by dot XPath, and this is how we write. This is the syntax. There is a backslash, then type. It is a input type, button type, text area type. So whatever type it is, we can write, and then attribute name here and attribute value here. To that we are passing hello. It's a text field actually. Inside that we are writing hello. Similarly, we have CSS selector also. So we can use by.css selector. So CSS, you know, right? Why we use CSS for designing purpose. So CSS selector can be used. So this is how we can pass the value. Link locator. So you can see that there are some buttons. Like for example, there is a login button. Okay, so link text locator is there. So the Selenium will look for a button with the name login on it. Okay, and then we can work on it. So matches exact visible. So we can have login button, register button. So the title of the button will be searched by the Selenium. So that is what link text locator. So that is what locators are essential in Selenium WebDriver for identifying web elements and performing automatic tasks efficiently. Hope that is clear. I'll just stop the recording for the time being. Let me just check whether everything is working properly, and we'll continue in the next video. Okay.